Must have forgotten who you are. I hope that you have not forgotten just who you are, but just in case you have, I'm dropping in here this morning to remind you of who you are. Hey, y'all, I'm Dr. Tam. I am your empowerment coach, popping in here once again for another encouraging word, a word that is going to empower you, a word to uplift you today. So, this actually came to me through the night, and I was like, I need to, this is definitely that word that I need to share. It's not only something for me, because a lot of times when I receive these downloads, it's applying to me, it's talking to me. But when they come, I know that I'm also meant to share that with somebody else. So I wanted to pop in here with y'all today. So if you are catching this right now, you joining me live, welcome. If you happen to be catching this on the replay, I want to welcome you as well. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for stopping in. But I wanted to share this quick word with you this morning. As I'm always telling y'all, I come in here, I'm dropping some gems. Good morning, Cha-Cha. Glad you are joining with me today. Listen, we are talking today about remembering who you are. Now, y'all, let me tell you something. This word right here, I think this is very timely. I actually just heard a statistic the other day, just a couple of days ago, talking about that between Thanksgiving and through like the middle of January. As a matter of fact, I believe it's like the MLK holiday. So from the Thanksgiving holiday to all the way up until the middle of January, that is the highest rate of suicides, the highest rate of people actually taking their own lives. This is some serious stuff. This is serious. People's hearts are heavy right now. People are going through a lot right now. The expression right now these days is life be lifing. It's a lot that's going on. It's people losing their homes, people losing their jobs, people losing their families. It's just like the weight of the world are on people. And a lot of people just, I believe, forget who they are. So that's why this message is so important to me today. Like I said, I received this download. This is not just something for me to apply to my own life and to remember, but this is a word for me to share with everybody. So I want to drop this word and hope that this actually blesses you today. I want you to remember who you are. Have you been through a few things in life? Come on now. Have you been through a few things? Absolutely. If you on this call right here, if you on this video, if you are under the sound of my voice, absolutely. You will have been through some things, but just that. You have been through those things. And you know how I know? I know that because you showing up listening to me right now. Whether you in the room with me right now or whether you catching this on the replay, it could be a month, 2 months, a year, to on down the road. But the fact that you are here, yes, you have been through some things. The fact that you are here means that you are actually still here for a reason. Hey, y'all, as y'all are coming on in, go ahead and hit that like button. If you are new to the channel, I want you to subscribe because, listen, I need you to know when I'm popping up on here, dropping some heat. I'm sharing these encouraging words with you. This word today is to remember who you are. This is your reminder of who you are. So go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you know when I am popping on here, dropping gems for you. Have you been rejected? Raise your hand if you've been rejected. Me? Absolutely. Y'all, we done been through some things. Yes, you have been rejected. Whether it was that job that you really, really wanted, you applied for all those different positions, you wanted that promotion, and they end up telling you, hey, we're going to go a different direction. And you thought it was yours. And you walked away with your head held down because you felt like you were rejected. It could have been in a relationship that maybe you have been in either for a short period of time. You just met the person few months in, and then he or she says, hey, this ain't gonna work, okay? You felt rejected. It could have been a relationship that you were in for years. And then all of a sudden, things just didn't go your way. Guess what? You probably felt rejected. So have you been through some things? Absolutely. Have you been rejected? Absolutely. But guess what? You are still here. Have you been disappointed in life? Absolutely. You have had your heart set on something. You knew that you knew that you knew that that was going to be for you. You knew so much that you might uncount. You know, the old expression is, don't count your chickens before they hatch. Come on, let's be honest. Have we counted too early before? Have we banked on something before a little bit too early? Absolutely. Because we thought things were going to go our way and they end up going another way. So in that, have you been disappointed? Absolutely. You've been disappointed. Listen, have you been abandoned? If you felt like you had been in a position, in a place where you felt like you were abandoned, that was, y'all, excuse me a little more, as the teacher in me. Listen, have you felt abandoned? Oh yeah, you've been abandoned. You felt that, you've had that feeling of abandonment before. Whether it was you were abandoned by your mother, whether you were abandoned by your father, you may have been raised in a single parent home. It doesn't matter. You have felt abandoned before. You have felt in a place where you felt like you were all by yourself, where those that you thought you could count on, you couldn't count on them. When the chips were down, when everything was over, you looking around and you by yourself. You have felt abandoned. I remember just last year, as a matter of fact, last year I did a presentation and I had a team with me, y'all. I had a team of people with me for this presentation. So at the end of the presentation, I had these different people coming up and it's like, hey, we really enjoyed that. Had a good time. Thank you for the information. And it was wonderful. It was great. I loved that experience. But when I looked around, I'm thinking that I'm going to look around and see my team still right there to support me. Do you know them jokers? Do y'all know them jokers left? They left me. And I was like, oh, okay. That felt like abandonment because I had all of this stuff that I had to tote. And I actually ended up getting some help. Some strangers actually came to help me. But the people I counted on when I needed them, at the end of that, I had to lug all of that stuff back across the street to our hotel where we were, right? And I'm like, how am I going to do this? The people that you count on, that's who I'm talking about. Those people. And you look around when you need them the most, they're not there. They leave you holding the bag. That's abandonment. Let me tell you something that truly blessed me. Y'all may know that feeling because I certainly know that feeling. But let me tell you something that blessed me. Psalms 27:10, and this is the New Living Translation version. Even if my father and mother abandon me, the Lord will hold me close. In one of my studies, when I came across that's one of those words that just like gripped me, that just like held my attention. Hey, y'all come on in. Come on in. Make sure you hit that like button. Be sure to hit the subscribe button because I am dropping gems. Today, I am sharing with you. Don't forget who you are. Remember who you are. Have you been rejected? Absolutely. Have you been in a position where you have felt like you were disappointed? Every day we can go through disappointment. Have you been in a position where you felt like you were abandoned? Yes. All of these feelings, all of these things had actually come up on you before. But when I read that scripture, that's one that just like, wait a minute, hold on. Because I was raised in a single parent home. Because my father wasn't there growing up. So I know what that feelings of abandonment feels like. But to read in God's word where he says that the Lord will hold me close, times when I felt like I was alone, times when I wanted the hug or the love of a father, and for me to now know that I had it all along because it was right there in his word. So I want to remind you, even when you feel rejected, even when you feel like you're disappointed, even when you feel like you have been abandoned, you have not. You have not, because he tells us who we are. So this is your reminder. This is your reminder of who you are. I want you to remember that you are free. I want you to remember that you are royalty. I want you to remember that you are loved by God, that you are favored by God. I want you to remember that, yes, you are chosen. I want you to remember that you are precious in his sight, that you are honored in his sight, that you are beloved by him. I want you to remember that you are a conqueror. I want you to remember that you are his handiwork. You are his masterpiece. I want you to remember that you are victorious, that you are a conqueror. So have you been through some things? Yes. And sometimes those things that we go through, they leave us in a position where we forget who we are. Not today. Don't forget who you are. Remember who you are. I want you to remember that through him, in him, that you are a new person. You're not that person that you used to be. You're not even the person that if you are in him, you're not even the person that you were last week. You are a brand new person. Remember who you are, because even though things are heavy, even though the world, life be lifing and things around us are happening, you have all these things they're constantly happening to you, and you like, Lord, what next? What is going to happen next? It just feel like bam, bam, bam. Things are coming at you all the time. Let me tell you something. Keep your head up. Keep your head up and just remember who you are. Hey, y'all, I hope this word blesses y'all today, because let me tell you something. Good morning. Hey, Trevor. Hey, Travis. Listen. Let me tell you something. Life is going to happen. Life is going to life. But even in the midst of that, in the midst of what you are going through, I want you to remember who you are. Remember that you are loved. Remember that you are cared for. Remember that he's holding you close. Remember that he is your help. Remember that he is your strength. I want you to remember who you are. It looks dark on the outside sometimes. Even through the night, it's dark. But remember that joy, that light, it's coming in the morning as long as we stay in him. Y'all, I had to get this word out. I told y'all this blessed me, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. I can't hold on to this. I cannot hold on to this. I am sharing this word. So I want you to remember. I want you to remember, yes, Travis, those dark days, those dark times. And thank you for saying that, because yes, it is very hard to fight that. It is very hard to fight those feelings. That is why it is so important that we stay in his word to help us to remember who he says we are. And you know what's going to drive away that darkness? You know what's going to make that darkness start dissipating and fleeing and getting away from you, and that pressure coming up off of you, is when you start speaking his word to those things. When you start, listen, he's bigger than any situation that we go through. He is bigger than any situation that you will ever face. Use his words. That's our power that we do have. That's the authority that we do have. Use his words over your situations, because he's bigger than that. He's bigger than that. And because he is bigger than that, he has also told you who you are. Remember who you are. Hey, y'all. I got to get out of here. I got a couple of errands to run this morning. But listen, I hope this word blesses you today. And I want you to go forth just knowing, remembering who you are. Precious, a masterpiece, beloved, honored. Remember who you are. All right. Hey, I'm Dr. Tam. I'm your empowerment coach. Listen, if you are looking for a community, a community of Christians who are overcoming their fears, who are overcoming self-doubt, who are trying to remember every single day of exactly who we are, who are living our life as God has intended for us to live. If you are looking for a community of Christians to be around who are like that, where you will receive empowerment, where you will receive motivation, where you will continuously be encouraged, I put a link down below. I want you to book a clarity call with me so I can tell you even more about this community, because I want you to be a part of this community. All right. Listen, do me a favor. Will y'all do me a favor? Also, so click that link, book an appointment so you and I can talk about even more about the community, because you need to be in this community. I'm telling you. But I also want you to share this word with somebody today. Share this word. Okay. Share this word with somebody else to help them also to remember who they are. All right. Listen, I'll talk to you guys later. All right. Have a great day.